Hello, you guys. Get ready with me while I do my makeup and talk about my neighbors. I'll talk about things that happen with my neighbors. Yeah, let me go and get my phone. When did I need my phone? Oh, my phone is here. Let's brag about that post I saw from London about the thought control phone. You guys, because what the flop was that? What the flop was that? Right, seriously. Um, mm, you guys, this skin is a blessing. It's a blessing. Ooh, my nose. I'm really feeling this thing. Let's talk about some of my logs and the post I saw. So there's this post I saw a couple like over a while ago. I'm gonna show it on the screen too, but I'm also gonna show you on my phone. I even took a screenshot after I took a screenshot. Like literally, I took a screenshot about a post and I can show you right now. I found it on Instagram. Also, I saw it on TikTok and screenshot it. The post says, are you having unrestable thoughts? Thought monitoring technology has been installed in this area. Prohibited thoughts are punishable by the court of law. Surveilling London. Metropolitan Police. And at the top of this other like field, there's even written like controlled thoughts on. Like they were badass about this. And I actually saw people who said, "Oh, it's probably a joke." Like no, like I already read about some who said that some people thought it was a joke. Let me start doing my makeup now. I already read about some people who said they like thought, sorry, who said that it was a joke. And be so for real, guys. I normally take this really apathetically. I wait for the situation to post that. I'm really, if I had been a normal 18-year-old, I would not have, I wouldn't even, I'd be like, what the fuck of the situation I would have been. I would have waited. But I would have still sensed that something was off. What's up? No, 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 no. All of my makeup products are falling down. I just still sense that something was off. You guys, I haven't done makeup in years. Like, I forgot how to mix this and the other. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me. I'm using my sister's makeup mirror. She normally wouldn't even let me put a hand on this, but I obviously took it because, yeah. So don't tell my sister. You know what? I actually break out so freaking bad. Like, it's actually bad. Like, I break out, and then I break out. Like, I was for usually, and it said like if you have a simple makeup routine that will up your style really well, you should try it. You should try it. And obviously, he was trying a simple makeup routine, and don't usually do it. I can't usually do it because I tried a lot of makeup styles, you guys. I experimented with makeup, but it all felt the same on me because I wasn't adding those shiny details on my lashes and other parts of my face because I'm scared. I'm scared of falsies. I want long lashes. I want long natural lashes. And my friend told me that if you wear falsies, that your lashes wrinkle. She wears falsies too. Yeah. So, and obviously still really scared of falsies. So, I was talking about monitoring technology. Yes, this technology has been in my life since 2023. My neighbors have been stalking me in my home, and you go figure how they do it. Because I don't listen to normal people that talk to me. If someone says something to me, even when I'm in my home, I'll be like, especially when I'm at home with my mom, like I don't listen to other people's parents. I don't do that shit. So obviously they're stalking me around my home with some type of technology, and it feels purposeful, just that I have to listen to them. So I'm being forced to do something I don't want to do from the very freaking start. And I go to the bathroom really normally, and they start talking from their own window. They start screaming things from their window, and then I'm in my room, and they start having fun near my room. They actually start walking near my wall and saying shit like, "Oh, calling me names like Schwarzenegger Afrikaner," and spitting in a cup when I'm drinking from my water bottle, doing all sorts of mayhem, saying I'm disrespectful to my mom, not minding their own business, mentioning my family things, and they're always angry about something. It's not just my family, like it's not just something I did in the past, it's something I'm doing right now. And that's bad. That's bad. Like literally. That's like using something to make a joke out of it. And they're always, always trying to appeal to me subconsciously. You can tell, like, they're kind of racist now. They're like, oh, yeah, you're a black nigga anyway. Why should we care? But they're clearly trying to get out of the situation in a way that's just bad. Like, they're just making a joke out of me at this point. And they're stalking me where I don't want them to stalk me, like in the bathroom. And they're always trying to be in my life. And that's what I don't understand. I expected when this happened to me, I cried, you guys. I cried every single day. I got depression. I was already bad in school, I was already bad with the math. I was already bad with the math subjects and everything. I was already bad in school, but I was depressed then. I couldn't even study for exams. I couldn't do any of that. And I expected to find people on the online which went through the same thing as me, which I did. I did find people who went through the same thing as me. So why I make a police report and then I'm gaslighted completely because my mom and my sister aren't aware of the situation and claim they don't hear anything. You guys, I have proof on, like, seriously. I understand. I understand, like, to be my sister who's suddenly surprised by, oh, yeah, well, our neighbors are doing this, our neighbors are doing that, aren't you hearing anything with me? Who's probably minding her own business before being asked to hear something that she didn't normally hear on her own. And my mom, who's just, my mom is cultural, like seriously. But to be them, and the person you hold dear is going through something, and you don't understand what that means, right? But I can't not believe in myself. Not after everything they did. I can't not believe in myself. I can't take the word of someone else who's telling me they don't hear anything. I can't do that. I can't allow the thought in my head that maybe this is wrong, maybe this is not happening, because things that are happening around me prove that this is real. The looks that I've gotten from people outside, the interactions I've had with people outside, I can't pretend like none of that is real. Not when I'm being verbally raped like this. Not when older men are saying these things about my private parts. I can't do that. Oh my gosh, guys, I forgot how I do my makeup. Like, I low-key forgot how I do my makeup. I cannot do that. Like, literally. I can't do that. I just can't. I can't pretend like we're back normal at home. I can't pretend like uh everything is fine at home. Because I cry. I cry subconsciously and I cry consciously. I cried so many times, you guys. I cried, I cried, I cried. I couldn't believe the words coming out of this man's mouth. He was just saying everything. He was calling me a black nigga. He was putting me out there like it was a colonistic race. And none of what he's doing is actually legal. Like, police are so hypocritical and they're like, oh, well, oh, you should have done this and you should have done that. But then they're like, oh, well, that's not pedophilia. That's not grooming. That's not this. That's not exactly that. We can't do anything. How do you want us to help you? What can we do? You guys, I cried and cried and cried again. But everyone kept saying I wasn't crying. Making me out to look disrespectful, like they were teaching me a lesson. What I went through was traumatizing. It felt like I was being dragged by the arm by someone else's parent or someone else's parent was lifting my foot. And I just came out of 17. And this didn't even start when I was 15. This started when I was 15 years old, like a minor. And they were even talking about things that I did when I was 12. It wasn't any of their business. My mom never talked about any of it. Like, seriously. She said, my mom herself says multiple times she doesn't like when other adults get in the way. Like, I get it. She's always like, oh, listen to your teachers, listen to what they teach in school. But she doesn't like it. She doesn't like when other adults get in the way of her teaching. And quite frankly, I grew up quite fine. So I don't know why he started this all of a sudden. And why he's trying to push his parental opinions onto me. And mentioning things that actually aren't even a noteworthy mention and don't quite make sense. Guys, I don't remember how I do my makeup. I think I'll do this first. And they always bully me nowadays, you guys. Like, they're literally saying all sorts of things. They're like, oh, I'm gonna grab your glasses. They don't say themselves, they're like, oh, outside they're gonna grab your glasses, they're gonna do this to you, and they're gonna do that to you because you're a disrespectful woman. Oh, and the Chinese women, they don't like you, and they're gonna do the same to you because you're disrespectful, and a whole, like, these talk about all sorts of cultures. They talk in a Nigerian accent and say, because our neighborhood is, like, full of, like, different racial cultures. You guys, please keep up with me. What I'm saying is not insane. I have proof that my neighbors have been harassing me. And I played, like, before I said I used to have proof. I said I used to have proof, but before there is a difference between the proof I had before and the proof I had now. See, I started filming myself casually when I was 16 years old. And I actually, like, there were actually times where I got my neighbors right on camera of people who were talking about me. And I would delete the posts. Because I would delete the post because I would be traumatized. And they just be talking really loud and I play it over and over again. Then I move over my phone, I'd be like, seriously. Like, I'd be like, no, I'm scared of you. I'm not scared of you. I thought that deleting it, pretending that nothing was happening, would be like me regaining my peace. It would be like me waiting for the time they'd stop and just minding my own business. But I didn't think my female body would just collapse like this. You guys, I faced harassment I could not condone. I faced harassment I just couldn't condone. I didn't think I would. I didn't think I would crumble like this. My head was calm when everything started. My head was calm. I was observing everything. I thought I had the handle over this. I thought I was more powerful. I thought, oh, this is a strange situation. So if I don't talk, I'm definitely going to be the smarter one. Does it matter how many people on the internet are talking about this? I don't have to interact. I don't have to do this. I'm a minor. They can't be doing all of this for long. But it turned out to be very long. And people who were minors with me looked like to me, they looked like I know it's kind of like something different to call out people who were your same age and what they were doing in this situation we were facing. But it really did feel like I was being given the rest of someone's food when I have food at home. All of a sudden, it felt like my card was being taken, even though I was given a card by my mom. It felt like they were trying to take everything away that my mom gave me. Like, I really felt sometimes when they spit in a cup when I'm drinking, or try to, or just make really loud eating sounds when I'm eating, it really does feel like they're trying to simulate a situation, a scenario where I look like the disrespectful girl who needs to be disciplined and ignored by everyone and treated like I'm crazy or schizophrenic because I'm rude or something like that. And my mom isn't even conscious in this situation. My mom isn't even saying anything in this situation. But that's fine by them. That's fine by them because I'm a rude girl and I need to be disciplined and this needs to be done to me and that needs to be done to me. And they make jokes about taking my glasses, even though I need my glasses. They're always like moving glasses and my mom and like, if you're gonna do this. And like, they're like punch things really hard or like, oh, I'm gonna slap your butt or things like it's not funny. It's not funny, but they make it like it's funny because they're always laughing. And then they call me bad words. Like seriously, it's not funny. You guys, I absolutely love this sun protection, but it's almost finished. I used to my y'all sunscreen used to be a vital part of my makeup routine. Always. Y'all sunscreen was always so big in my makeup routines. Because I couldn't do any heavy makeup with this use sunscreen. Look what you shame and anything they used to say, oh, fuck a beautiful girl. The creation of clean girls. And you guys, when I'm renting, I understand a lot of people, you guys might be renting before, if you renting to a therapist, and also to a lot of people who did not want to listen to me. My psychiatrist eventually came to the decision, hey, you're not doing anything here. I'm just I'm just going to send you over because I'm not sure whether you have this mental issue. So I'm just gonna send you over there. But by the mere fact that my sister and my mom weren't conscious in the situation, they said, you might just have it because other people aren't hearing it.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh.
And I was actually planning to show them some of my YouTube, TikTok, some of the audios that I amplified from TikTok, because I could obviously hear my neighbors on there. Like, I played it over and over again, and I heard my neighbors on there. And if I was really always that sick, why didn't it start before? Like, isn't it supposed to start with symptoms? Because even my therapist told me psychosis starts with trauma, but she didn't find anything much in my trauma. Yeah, me neither. Me neither, man. Seriously, but I actually learned a lot of like things about mental issues, like maybe like psychosis in general when I was in therapy. Also, as a speaking, sometimes I felt so attacked at points sometimes that I thought, oh, I need to prove I don't have the mental illness. I'm like ChatGPT. How do I prove I don't have this? And he's like, oh, you need to go to the doctor. You need to do this. You can't because there's nothing that really rules out this mental issue. You guys, I think I gotta put the trigger warning at the start of the video because I know some of you are probably sensitive. Me too. I used to be really sensitive to like talk for mental issues before. I don't know if it's because I'm Nigerian or whatever else, but I'm gonna put a trigger warning at the start of the video for you guys. If you wanna watch this or not, this is gonna be for you, so I'm gonna talk about it. Or they'd be like, oh, I wonder if this is supposed to be a girl video because I'm sorry, maybe I'm getting this. I think this is supposed to be a girl video because I'm doing my makeup and everything. I think guys aren't supposed to see it, right? Because if it's like a makeup video, like get ready with me, that's not really guy content, is it? I'm not sure. But ladies and genitals, you guys, I was so chill before my neighbor started. Like I was just chilling, watching someone's heard and my other videos. What's the college? Even started switching to more Christian content because I thought, and if I'm gonna be Christian, I'm gonna take it from the Christians. Like seriously, that's what I thought. You guys, I forgot how to do makeup. You guys, I think I'm starting to forget. Like literally, I've not worn makeup since I finished school. I've not been outside that much, so I've not been wearing makeup. And I forgot my hand. But I used to love this makeup primer. I get put too much setting powder. Yeah, my face looks really like I'm gonna go over it sometimes soon. The foundation. Let's go over it. Let's see the foundation right now. Yeah. You guys should get kind of scared when I have to think about everything that happened because this was everywhere. This got my brain. Where I live, for me, it was everywhere. Like I suddenly show up to the place and someone was already talking about my thoughts and my privacy and starting really kinky things with the privacy, the fact that they were hidden away from her. We spoke from a distance, so sometimes we didn't speak from a distance. Like I look outside, and my friend said once I was on my way. I was on my way to my sister. I was gonna pick up something. I was on my way to my sister's school, and this guy, like, I look out the window, like, so someone's speaking, and again, someone's talking again. Again, someone is talking again. So I look out the window, and this guy just was looking at me. He's like, and then he turns around and starts speaking. He turns his head. He was looking at me, then he turns his head and keeps talking. Seriously, I lose my phone like I know. Like seriously, but I'm always so traumatized, and I can't do anything about it because I'm a minor. People should never laugh. Damn it! Let me go with my eyeliner. Oh, this video is going really long. Seriously, you guys. I'm trying to speed this up for y'all. I'm not done in any video. You created a new mascara, you guys. You shouldn't do it. Because that's gonna use my mascara kind of bad thing. You guys, older women were so mature with me. I faced criticism. Judgment. He's like, are you so mad? It's sorry for you say talking about that to you and saying, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Because sometimes, like, the way to the person, I feel like, give up personality. If you come here a hour, and movies are always something about sex. Always. In her. With her, like, you know, because I always talking sex. I used to have a conversation of sex. But then we talked about a fight I had with my friends and how I was busy. And mixed that up with something completely else. And you guys, I don't like to talk about the fight I had with my friends because it was obviously bullying. You know, it was obviously sure no phase of bullying. And I quite frankly also wanted to leave my friends after that, but because it was so small, we were this small friend group in a school full of students. So I love to talk about other people's business. Ah, I need to go get some tissue because I feel some condition in my eye. You guys, I'm gonna look for mascara because I don't remember where I put my glasses. Oh, there they are. I found the mascara. I found the mascara. I'm gonna put my eye first. I'm gonna put it right back where I found this here. You guys, that's cool. No, that's the video. She doesn't be telling me, she'd be like, get that shit on my face. Girl, like, she does not want to hear anything that has to do with the neighbors. She like, those girls have plants in her hand. This is a really good situation. And you got some calm for my sister because I know some of y'all out there know this thing with all monitoring technology is happening, and I've probably already heard about some of these talks before. Oh, I forgot to brush the last paper. Okay. Yeah, this paper is so amazing to me because I listen, everyone wanted to know if it's this. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you about the private fight I had with my mom. I don't want to tell you. It's private for her. It's private for her. She didn't want me to be private for her. Especially since she just be like, huh? You wouldn't understand, but I was traumatized. Really traumatized. But every day the people feel like it is. And I'm allowed to feel that way. That's why I'm posting about the neighbors. I'm posting about the girls that like to bully me at school for whatever reason, trying to become technological. On me, please, everyone could tell you were trying to rape me. Saying that, oh, yeah, it's for the technology, it's for the new technology. Please. You're a rapist and you know it. I don't like hearing about them because it's like people just don't stop. It's like your assumptions, and you can tell it's predatory. Sometimes these neighbors are gonna act like parents towards me. You guys, I used to read a lot about you guys. You just spell my out pretty good. Sometimes I write my love down and I don't even find my love, but I'm always trying to gaslight myself. I'm trying to gaslight myself out of believing this really happened. Hate it. I really looking for mascara safely. You guys don't know for me. Really for mascara safely. I'm scared. reflection. I got some mascara on my eye. Yeah, I'm gonna have an interview, a job interview soon, and I have to go out there into the world again and stuff like that. I think I can understand for your goal. This to do well, call out my neighbor. Even if you don't think they're creeps, just do it because I feel uncomfortable. And I genuinely want them to stop. It's rape. They followed me to the bathroom with the intention of moaning at me while I was in the bathroom from the window. It was hot on the outside too. People will be sleeping in reach of the girls' bathrooms and saying things like those on that topic. Just to stalk me, just to not leave me alone. They stalked me to the bathroom before. Please. I genuinely want them to stop. They're lying about everything. And you should not believe a single word they say. Doesn't matter whether you're with your mom or your dad. It doesn't matter who you are with. If you have a single soul, if you have a single brain, you will not support this madness. In my name of Jesus, I strengthen. Amen. You guys, please just don't stand for this. I have this brush. I thought I have a better brush. Oh yeah, I always use my lip tint. Because the brush is not that bad. The brush is really not that bad. I'm using my lip tint. I like using my lip tint. I'm usually using my glass. I really like to use my glass first and see how it looks like. And then use like a lip tint if you're doing it good. Man, why does it look so bad today? Why does it look so bad? Oh yeah, I usually do a different type of lip liner. Oh, I'm so rocky looking. Maybe it's my eyeliner. What am I missing? Maybe it's my brows. Maybe it's the finishing brush. Maybe it's my hair. I'm not sure, you guys. Let me turn on the lights for a second. What's this in action? It's strange. It's strange. I need to put on my blush. I still want to use you guys. I spend money on blushes at my stores that aren't even for black people, and then they end up not looking good at all. Let me see this now. Oh, this good. I also forgot to contour them. I've been traumatized because the neighbors will always talk about people in relationships, but they always talk about sex, about people who were in relationships while I wasn't. Like, maybe this movement go as far as mentioning school relationships are my school, There's just trying to put me on the spot, make me feel really feel a type of way, but I'm not that very crazy. Yeah. What is how person for I thought doing some silly shit sometimes. Like ask guys out when they're the ones who are supposed to ask me. You know? In the first place. Ooh, I find my compost stick. I've been waiting for my compost stick. And you guys, I knew it's always been as weird as the fancy bird. For the night because I always felt people paid much too much attention to me. Much too much attention to me. Too muchy, too muchy. Okay. I wake up this looking so bad, you guys. The brush ruined everything. Yeah, I think it's good too. I didn't think much about add to load. Yeah, that's really fun. Am I looking good? Yeah, I look good. Let's start with that. I'm gonna cover it with some foundation first though. This would be a better idea. Yeah, we're professionals that go with the foundation first. Please take the blush. Please check to follow my house. Make me proud of the world thinking of contemplating help. You really want to work about that. You choose yourself as your pursuits and never really acknowledge your presence in the room. Other than when they moan and laughed, I'm sure they would look at me, looking for signs on my face that I was traumatized or ashamed or something like that because you just have to show me in like those names. He will not accept anything other than that. And I also feel like that's why they didn't usually make themselves really obvious or hid. They just didn't want to be obvious like that. They didn't want to be obvious because they knew they could be punished. You know, like if you look at me and you mud in my face, I'm obviously gonna have to call you out. Even if maybe the first time I'm gonna be traumatized, I'm gonna ignore you, but the second time I will be doing something about it, so they hit. Guys, I'm so sorry. Like, I accidentally paused the video, but yeah, they just always hide. Always. They they always hid because I didn't agree because they knew I wouldn't agree with their opinions. And nowadays, they're actually like trying to push out, just slowly trying to push their opinion on me. They're trying to stop me in certain parts or say that, oh, Dal, you're doing too much. You're being disrespectful to us. Oh, you shouldn't be doing all of that when you're disrespectful. You shouldn't be. I find it really funny because they were waiting for this moment probably since I've been a young age. If you had complaints about the loudness or anything that was going on in your home, they would have complained to the Samika, but no, they felt the need to talk to the children themselves. And that's also illegal. Like, y'all, like, yo, this is all over the law book. It's not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. My mom always said, if a parent has a problem with you, you tell me. You have no business listening to other parents. They're just angry. And I was attacked once, actually. I was attacked. I was attacked at the front door. We got that, really. I was downstairs there because my neighbors kept talking to me from upstairs. I was on my way home, obviously. They were already screaming from upstairs. I'm traumatized. I'm in front of there. They're screaming to them from downstairs. Even if I'm scared, then my mom and her daughter comes home. And they're like, who are you? And that's where it all goes down. You guys, I could explain this more to you in another video, but that's really where it all went down. They tried to hold me in place, and they'll call the police, they could be this or that, and things like that. And they were gaslighting me too. They were pretending, oh, I don't know. Oh, this and that's and right now. But things like that. It actually started because I accidentally reported them first. I thought they lived next to me. I thought they lived in this apartment. So I reported their family. And when I went there, they told me, oh, we're actually creating the alias for them. Like, we're the Ramans. Like, who are you? I was like, I reported. I thought it was face to face. I thought I was face to face with the mom who had a problem. So I thought, like, I didn't stand straight. I'm like, you're the one who harassed me. I was like, right then and there, I was like, I make reports to the police to you. And her mom, sorry, there was a mom, and then there was her mom, and then there was, her daughter, or the grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the grandmother was like, oh, you reported me to the police for something I didn't do? Oh, you reported me? She was arguing, like, you reported me to the police for something I didn't do? You reported me to the police for something I didn't do? Yeah, she was already around me. She was already around me. And the woman was like, Mom, stop. Like, stop. Like, seriously. And they were like, and she looked at me, she was calling numbers. She was calling all sorts of numbers. She was like, and I was trying to leave. I was very trying to leave. Like, she was like, stop. And that's when I realized the tension shift. They were trying to hold me in place. Like, the neighbors had slandered me, and telling people to do things to me. But they actually started doing things to me. Trying to hold me in place, or do this, trying to do that. What shocked me the most was my mom. But she didn't want to. And she was very apathetic in the situation. I didn't expect that of her. I was kind of sad. My mom didn't want to do anything. She just like, when a police car came and they ripped my hair, they actually ripped my braids. Like, my ponytail was not secured. My ponytail was not secured, you guys. I was beaten up. I was trying to go through. I was trying to ring to my mom. I was actually screaming. I was like, help! Help me! I was screaming. My sisters heard me from upstairs, and they came downstairs to the home. Even when I rang, nobody opened the door. Actually, I tried to ring. I did not ring. I did not make it to the door because they were dragging me down. They were holding me back from going back to my building. They didn't want me to go back to my building. They were holding me back. They were dragging me down. So I started beating up. I said, and it's a family of 5. And then her brother comes with his own wife and a little kid, and they're just standing there watching us. And her mom is like, and the other girl's mom is like, and I'm like, I'm really trying to pass through. I'm trying to get to my mom. I'm trying to bring down because I was like, okay, like bring the police here. I actually told her, I'm like, let me through. I'm gonna go get my mom. And that's when she was like, oh no, yeah, we can't let you do that. You could be a person that stole 50,000 euro from my mom 2 years ago. We can't let you go. So we can't let you go call your mom. That's when I realized it's darkness of this bitch. And I started to throw hands. I was like, you better let me through. I was trying to, but it was only raising hands in self defense. It was strictly raising hands in self defense. I was trying to pass through. I was trying to get to the my building. I was trying to get to my building. I was trying to call my mom because obviously we want to talk about it together. What happened upstairs? Because my mom isn't gonna act like I don't have a problem, even though she doesn't see the problem. That's why they stopped me. They didn't want me to call my mom. They wanted me to talk to the police alone, even though I was still underage. Um, yeah, so they scratched my face and they ripped my hair, and I got, I had something, I had it written out. I had it written out at the hospital so that I could use it legally. Because my mom made a report to the police, so I'd be like back and forth to the police, giving them this papers, and they did nothing about it. I didn't do anything about it. As a matter of fact, when I later went to a criminal policeman, I was so desperate about the situation. He told me, "Why were you at the building?" He started out with that. He was like, "Why were you at the building?" And Shana started saying, "I blah blah." And to cut some. Why were you at the building of this and this street at this and this hour? Why were you there? He was like, "Yeah, well, that's still not allowed. We can technically punish you for that." Seriously. You can't do shit. Like, quite frankly, you can't do shit. Like, and he couldn't do shit. I was like, are you gonna punish me? You're asking me right this right now, I'm gonna punish me. We are constantly beefing. I was beefing with this man because I knew this man was onto something. Like, I knew this man was onto other things. This man has a suspicious vibe all of a sudden. Like, he was like, why were you at the street? He really started out with that. He was like, so, well, like, I was like, hold up, like, sit the fuck down. Sit down, man. Like, seriously. I was like, chill out, because I wasn't about to take anything from this man any longer. And his colleague was much nicer, and he did take notes, but nothing was done. And they pushed me over to another criminal policeman. It's like they're making me a problem. They're making me a problem. And the other criminal policeman, the one I was recently at, he's like, oh, I see you made another report to the police, but you put in the wrong info. If you do that again, we could technically have you be criminalized for this and this under this act and that act. I'm like, I even asked my ChatGPT, I was like, is this illegal? First I asked my bestie ChatGPT, I'm like, is this illegal? Then I'm like, then I just send it over. I'm like, I did nothing wrong, sir, first of all. Then I'm like, if you're gonna push this over for more than a year, even though you know something is happening, you're cautious something is happening, and you know you're gonna allow top monitoring, a top control thought zone in London, you better shut the fuck up right now about my body and leave my case the fuck be so that I can take more serious matters for this. Seriously. Because I'm a minor, okay, but I'm not about to be scared. I'm not about to be scared. I'm about to pull up. If I have to pull up, I will pull up. Period. I will pull up in sneakers. Yeah, listen, I will. I'll pull up in my boots. Cause I'm not scared. Like I'm not gonna be scared here. And it's what I said. It's what I said. And the people outside actually started giving me looks and getting closer. When people outside give me looks sometimes and they get closer. And outside nowadays, some mothers are like, when I get near the cast, some moms are really like, they start like, they start upping their hands, they start waving their arms around us, And I'm ready to pull up. I'm ready to pull up. If I hear a mom moan, I'm ready to pull up. Like, seriously, I like nowadays I'm really self defensive because the neighbor keeps threatening me and he keeps acting like a damn dad. And I told him, if you keep acting like a damn dad with me, if you keep pretending you know about people you don't know about, I will get defensive. I will defend myself because you're actually a creep. You're actually a predator, and I will treat you like you're a predator. Um, and like, I get really defensive when I hear moms outside starting the same shit too, because you cannot be doing this. You're not about to do this right now. You're not about to start doing anything with your husband. I'm not going to let you, because to me, you just look like a strange lady. To me, you just look like you're not even my mom. You're a strange lady. You're a stranger. That's what you are. Seriously. I don't know you. So when I go outside, I don't think it's normal that they're stop monitoring. And I don't think it's normal that it's directed towards me. And if you think it's normal, it's directed towards me. Because whatever, maybe you've been in this, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 flipping years. People, I go outside, I don't even know about, look at me in the face and actually smile. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years, so maybe you think of things that I don't think about. I don't know that. That's your problem. It's still your problem, because I can tell you right now, if something makes me uncomfortable, I can go and make a report about it, and a policeman can't say shit. They'll have to stip it because it's my right. In every single law in this European world, after my ancestors have long ago been colonized. Okay, so your racist best friend or brother or husband you suck dick from can't do shit. Yeah, can't do nothing. Can't do anything. Yeah, like that's it. Like that's what I know about the law. First of all, first and foremost, because there would be some moms, you guys. Some moms would look me in the eyes and start insulting me first, because before they would say nothing, and then when they started to talk, they looked me in the, like they had like you had an opinion. Like, I'm sorry, you did fine. I won't talk to anyone. I don't want to talk to random moms. I don't want to talk to random moms. I don't want to talk to random moms. I'm obviously here on YouTube for exactly that reason, because I want to report from people who don't think I'm their daughter, or like who don't think they have something to say about me, but who have something to say about the nurse who stalked me to my bathroom and started moaning at me from the window. Something concerning like that. People who care about something concerning like that happened because of the technology that was claimed to be used, to catch criminals or to help people with disabilities. Am I supposed to feel crushed by the pressure now? Am I supposed to feel crushed? Am I supposed to feel like, oh, well, let's not talk. Let's let them moan at me. Let's say, let's let them do all those sounds against me. No! I'm not the type of person. I wasn't taught to just take it. I wasn't taught to just take it. I wasn't taught that. So I'm here speaking up for myself. I think I forgot something. I can't find my fucking lid shot brush. I can't find it. And her daughter would actually come and confront me sometimes. Like, I don't try everything, you guys, I felt like I needed to be the bigger person. I sent letters out to them, Jovine's parents. I'd be like, something, like, you don't have to be feeling pressured by these neighbors. You can just tell me, but they're full grown adults. And full grown adults secretly think on their own. Even when they're being manipulated, they will lie and think on their own. So her daughter's obviously like, so her daughter finds me hiding with her best friend, and I'm with my best friend. And she's like, oh yeah, did you know that your friend sent letters? That was back then when I didn't have any proof of anything. I had no proof of anything. My hands. I deleted all of my posts. I put myself out there because people were saying, oh yeah, schizophrenia. So I actually took that as a challenge. I deleted the audios also because of that reason. I was like, like this. I went to the bathroom and you moaned at me. Like, I went batshit crazy. Secretly, I wasn't talking, but in my head, I was actually losing it. Like, seriously, I deleted the audios. I was like, try me. So and now I'm now starting to build relevant proof again, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough, because I have a feeling these type of people, they just stop all of a sudden. They start all of a sudden and they stop all of a sudden, guys. And she was at the penny with her best friend, but I'm with my best friend, and she's literally like, those are literally manners, you guys. They're still in school. They're in Plaza. I ain't saying phase one. Like this, I'm done with school, you know, and they're still in school, and they're telling me, oh yeah, your friend sent letters to my mom. She sent letters to our house. She wasn't supposed to do that. Oh yeah, and then she talked with her friends. Oh yeah, well my mom is getting this sorted out with her restaurant boss, and I'm really curious about that actually. I did get slightly curious about that, even though I am kind of scared. But it was a lot out of me to send those letters in the first place, because I'm being raped in my home, and from the window they're screaming, and you hear it, and you don't say anything. And you don't say anything, you know. I saw. What the fuck? And you don't say anything. Well, I'm in the bathroom, you see through the window, you don't say anything, and somehow it's supposed to work if I send you a letter to speak up, and you want to report that letter because I sent it to you in the first place. People talked about German law a lot with me nowadays. A lot with me. After the neighbors started to talk about the German law with me a bunch of times, and I'm not going to forget the things some people have said. My teachers, the police, a lot of people. When I went once to the police to report someone who was stealing our letters, you know what the lady told me? She told me I was supposed to get that man on camera. Get the man on camera, or else we're not allowed to technically do anything because there's no proof when you don't even know who it was in the first place. Girl, you don't even know who it is in the first place. So how are you supposed to be like, oh, we can't do anything when you don't even know who it is? Honey, you don't know who it is. You don't know what it is. You were supposed to do your work. You were supposed to do your fucking camera work. Not me. Fuck, I look like. You're a policeman? Maybe I look like the police. Like, because they like to talk about, they love to talk about what they know in the praxis, but they don't really apply it. And then when you do it yourself, they're like, what you think you like? You're not even doing the work properly. If anything's supposed to be us, you do something happens, you come to us. But they don't even take care of it. And you're not my mom. I'm not about to sit here and ask to treat you like you're someone. Like seriously, I'm not about to. What do I look like? What do I look like? Like seriously, I'm a minor. I was a minor. So I obviously did what a minor thought best to do in a situation where she was being sexually assaulted. I have no excuses and no sorries to give out. Even if I wasn't a minor, imagine you're 28 years old, you know, you're getting out of your shower, and the neighbor says, from the window. Like, I can't copy the money, I don't know, maybe I will. I might just from the window, like, just from his window, and just telling you about things you're doing in your own shower. How am I not supposed to know? When you're on your period too, and you can't afford pads. Damn, like seriously. She's like, but when it comes to polls, he's going to show shame. He's gonna be like, oh, you were disrespectful to us. What do you think you are? We've been living next to each other for 8 years, yeah, but I don't know a single thing about you. And I don't plan on knowing a single thing about you. Because that's what parents do. They get into your life so that they can talk to you. Some parents really some parents be trying to get to know the mom so that they can tell things to her kid. And that's also grooming. I feel like that's also grooming. That should also be illegal. That's strongly pedophilia. That should strictly be pedophilia. Like seriously, when you get in contact with the mom so you can talk to the kid. And they think they're such mothers. They think they're mothers. They like to joke about how they're gonna, oh yeah, she should have ripped your hair a little more. Oh yeah, she should have done this to you. Oh, she should have done that. Oh, but they're like fake their voice, like they're being mothers or something like that. Bring out their kids is They're like, oh yeah, no one's scared of her before she moans. This woman is vulgar. She's hypersexual. She gets to my wall and she sucks like, uh, she's really into it. She's really into it. Even though she knows that's not even something you talk about. It was something I was uncomfortable about. You don't talk about that, you old lady. It doesn't matter what you see in my head. I'm a self-judging person. I judge myself, and that's why I feel that I'm so responsible with myself. Oh my god! Wow. You know, but that's none of your business. And even if you didn't agree with it would still be none of your business because I didn't talk about it in front of you. And if I did, it would still be none of your business. Because what are you gonna say? You guys, I can tell you about the fight between me and my friend. You wanna know what happened? Because I just want this woman out there. Seriously, I just want this woman out there. And I don't care about your opinion. Or maybe I do. But why would you assume I'm sexually attracted to children just because of that? Let me explain to you. This is what happened during art class one day. I'm fresh in the friend group, like, so me and my best friend are freshly hanging out with new girls, with two girls out of our class, we're starting to connect, we're building connection, we're becoming best friends for, what will become our today best friend group, are the almost half left, due to other reasons. I love my friends, but let me explain what happened in art class. This is what happened in art class on a Wednesday or Thursday, I don't remember. Because I was already so anxious. I was obviously trying to be liked by them. I wanted them to like the same things as me. So I showed them my anime boy gallery. Because I already know one of them likes anime. We talk about anime sometimes. And the other one likes art. So I think she likes anime too. And if she doesn't, I think I can force it on her. Right? So I show her the pictures of the anime boys, and I scroll. I'm like Karma Kabane. I'm talking Karma Kabane. I'm talking oh my gosh, I forgot half their names. Guys, I deleted the gallery. I actually deleted one of my galleries because of what happened, guys. I was so traumatized. It shook me to my core. And she was like, ew, no, that's pedophilia. Stop showing me. I actually started to find myself. It can't be. I was like, so I showed her again. I'm like, and she basically loathes me at that point. She basically loathes me at that point. And I just really want to talk about anime. Because that's all I talk about with my best friend. And if we're getting into this friend group, I don't want to lose my likes and dislikes because of someone else. Right? So in the break, I already give up. I'm like, maybe she doesn't like anime. So maybe we should try liking something she likes as well. Because she likes reading books. And then the break, and she starts with calling me a pedophile, She actually tries to start things with me. And then they all start, saying that. And at that point, I would have done left the friend group. I would have done left that friend group at that point. I would have done left that friend group at that point. Because they started calling me a pedophile together, and I was not about to have that. I was so angry. And and it wasn't the fact, I actually left it be at that day. I told her to never say the fuck again, I told her you better not say that again, And she was like, it was just a joke. And I'm like, no, well, I don't find it funny. And from then on, she starts making jokes about me. She vehemently targets me. But then, you know, and I'm like, my best friend joins in, they didn't even leave me alone when I started reading books. I actually started reading books and I actually enjoyed a couple of the books that she recommended to me. One of the books actually wasn't one she recommended to me. It was a random book I found. I was already reading the second book of it because I was done with the first book. And my friend looks at one of the pictures and is like, "Oh, a pedophile." She calls me a pedophile because of it. And I actually had so many classifieds, you know. I had so many classifieds. I was sitting there actually fighting, fighting for something that I could have just hung out alone for in my friend group. I was like, you better not say that again. And they didn't care about my trauma. They just said it. And nowadays, I actually returned it to them. I think both 18, but I'm about to get my revenge. So, I actually tried to return the fight. I started saying the same thing to them. I wanted to see the reaction. I wanted to see the reaction on their eyes. My friend almost left the friend. She was like, my friend literally almost left me. My friend literally almost left me. She was like, "Oh, you don't call me that. Stop saying that. That's so weird. That's so weird. You don't call me that." And you guys, now that I think about it, that's exactly how my neighbors are treating me right now. They're treating me how my friend group treated me in the ninth grade because I was in a friend group where all of my friends were technically white, Slavic. My friend group was like fully Slavic. But even then, it still wouldn't be my neighbor's business. They're really trying to get me bobbed for something that happened when I was 15 years old. You guys, like, I was still a minor, and I don't care about your white children who are maybe like 15 or 16 too. I don't care about it because I was a minor. I'm black, but I was a minor, and I grew up in a black household. So I was taught to not look at my skin color when I'm being harassed. So sorry for you. Like, I don't tend to be. I'm not scared. Like maybe they look into my friends' heads too. We're like, and that's something that was just discussed. My neighbor's just hyper focused on this. My neighbor's hyper focused on this and everything that happened afterwards. And they were like, "Oh, why were you in your head talking about her? Why were you talking about her?" And he was like, "It was loud talking. It was just in my head, you guys. I would have realized." Especially because it's something that I realized when I was 16 years old, like a year afterwards, like almost 2 years. I'm like, be so for real. Like, seriously, be so for real. I was like in the middle, I was in the midst of studying for my exams for the first semester. For the first semester, I was in the like, I was like, are you so for real? Like, and you're like, "Oh, well, yeah, just admit you like children. Stay away from her little sister. Stay away from your best friend's little sister. Yeah, stay away from the friend group altogether because you're a black nigga. Yeah, don't talk to them. Yeah, don't be with them. Don't don't interact with them." And you guys, I'm thinking about this. My friend would probably said all of that. Like, I'd 100%, if they told me right now, "Oh, this is what your friend group was saying all the time about you after that one fight because you're such a black nigga," I believe them. I would believe them. And that's on me. That's probably why I have such bad retention. That's probably why I have such bad depression. It's probably why I have such bad, because my friends love to lie that they love me. And then say things like that. When they could really easily switch to the other side. And maybe it's me culpa. But how are they supposed to know I had neighbors who loved to stalk me? In a class who loved to play along? Maybe it's me culpa. But I'm still just Spanish, so I technically didn't have to do anything by the law. By the law, you're clean. You're fleeing has to arrest people by. Sorry. I'm sorry, they made too many sex jokes in front of me. Like, seriously, you're fleeing a policeman. Like, you can't do anything. Like, seriously, I hope you know that. Dirty with a beard, looking crusty. A wife and kids, and you're targeting a 15-year-old black girl. A wife and kids. and you're treating a 17-year-old black girl like she's a problem. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, you're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. Literally. Like, seriously. How do you come into 2025 and be like, oh, well, she's a black nigga, so we don't have to do anything? You think you could bring racism all of a sudden too? You better switch those laws up, man. You better show this to colonize. Yeah, because you can tell by the way they're trying to kick people out for another skin color. You guys, I feel like a global pandemic. I feel like I really affected people in the back of their head because of how slay I am. Just how much I slay in my fucking head. How much do I slay? How much do I slay, guys? Give me a meter. I need to measure this. Like, seriously, I think I'm sick. It's getting too hot. Like, it's getting too hot. I feel like it's a chemical reaction. You guys, like, I need to measure this. Period. It's serious. I'm really serious. I'm very, very serious. Bye. So, I don't care about your white children. I don't care about your white Slavic children. And whoever they felt hurt by. This is my privacy. And I'm going to do my best to destroy you. Seriously, I'm going to talk about this for the better half of my life because you traumatized me so much. Even when I'm 60 years old, I'm going to be like, seriously, what was that woman thinking? What happened when I was 16 years old? Innocent. I was innocent. I was minding my own business. And all of a sudden she's like, oh, don't talk to your best friend's sister. Oh, we know that you felt uncomfortable by her. We know how dare you do that when you're a black nigga. I was uncomfortable by kids. I literally could not be near children anymore. I did not understand why she was bringing her little sister in the bed after calling me that names. I was really starchy about my friends. I was really selective. I didn't want to be near them. I was showing them just how much I didn't like them. I was doing alone mobbing while y'all were joining yourselves up in groups learning how to beat me up. But at the end of the day, the only person who really beat me up is that the mom woman. I'm not done with that woman. I'm not done with anyone. Well, I'm not done with you. It's a big done with you. You gotta regret what you did. Period. Because I'm here now. I'm cutting to the chase. I'm making a place. Ooh. See what happens when you spit in my fucking face. I'm furious. I don't like that old fat woman. Now, after I confronted her in front of her own business, she was like, "What's what is it? I don't like that old woman. I like that old woman because she's hypersexual at home, but then she pretends like she's calm outside." I caught her walking after me one day, but I did not know it was her back then. I didn't know it was her. I was just like, "What is that?" And she was staring at me intensively. She was arguing ready. I bet she was arguing ready to say I was crazy, even though she started the conversation for me. Because she's such a hypersexual woman. Because she's such a hypersexual woman, I bet she was already ready to say I was crazy, or that I was imagining things for her husband, and that they didn't say that I should be silent in my own home too. I bet she was trying to add that too, and add how I should be behaving when she's the fucking problem that came in the first place. If you have a problem, tell your family, don't talk to every nice child who doesn't know you. Better go. I haven't seen enough of this. I haven't seen enough of this. I'm multinational. I know about protocol. I know about protocols. The ones that told me to do the corner for mine. And if you're looking for PP, we'll see about that. Because they started the situation on their own, and then they tried to threaten me in this situation, to keep me in this situation. And they hit me, oh, so this person is going to do this to you, or I have this crack dealer friend, he's going to stab you with drugs. They make you start saying things like that. And then when I made reports to the police about exactly those sentences, they're like, oh, yeah, but why are you making a big deal about this? Why are you saying this? Well, why are you saying this? What's your big deal? Like, why is it? I don't understand the issue. I think you're a little bit, I think you're a little bit confused. I think you're a bit confused about what's happening. Maybe because they were making so many sex shows. You thought I liked you too. That's not my problem. If you know, if you make something so private a discussion, you need to think about conception with your private partner. It's not a problem. It's not something I cannot take seriously myself. Guys, this year is gonna be so long. I wasn't even doing my makeup for like half an hour. I was just ranting. Thinking about predators and goes to my ex-friend. I actually love my friends. I learned to love my friends. Another episode about me. I was just really sad for a time. I thought I should like keep it contemplating. I always talked to them because I didn't want to be with anyone else. And frankly, most of my class moved. And I thought they were really the only ones who would chill to hang around with because they didn't. We weren't the average German teen who loved consuming drugs. I did have other friends that unfortunately lost by moving schools. When I moved schools, one of the friends in my other class who I actually was thinking about going with instead of my friends when that happened, she suddenly blocked me and I was so sad. But I did realize that yeah, well, I'm not just gonna say anything because no matter how I treated her, I guess I'm gonna give it to her. Maybe if she's trying to like throw shit at me, just give it to her and let her do it because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's better to be judged and to be the one trying to prove a point. How you were the better friend. So yeah, what's the other? I was actually gonna. You guys, I still have more YouTube videos coming. So I was gonna done this left. I'm gonna be out there soon, very soon, very soon. I'm gonna be making a commentary channel. I love talking about rapists. People in the street, you guys have been checking out that people have made fun of quite me using short things on me for grabbing my glasses, like I said, which I moved to see. Fear is mostly just people who thought they gave me something and they wanted to take it away just to experiment. We kept practicing. It confused me. And again, they only want to really hate every baby energy. What if I know? Like if it was me, it'd be someone else completely the next day. So you shouldn't even feel, you shouldn't feel like you gave me breath. No matter how grateful I like being to people sometimes. Because what you did was not cute. It wasn't cute. It was. Wait. You shouldn't feel really else about it. Hopefully, I did like space that I had on the video. Didn't completely. But this is like an hour and 20 minutes. Yes. I was like for an hour and 20 minutes. My neighbors are still just hanging around here, so you might not be able to hear them in the background because the audio is still recording. But just know that they're really shameless neighbors. They're really shameless, antisocial neighbors who don't stop when they should and treat themselves as dope persons. And just don't like any else. They're always like, you're disrespectful, you're being disrespectful. Who are you? But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna go offline now because I'm gonna have to edit this video so I can post it to you guys. I'm gonna have some nice good nice content. Okay. This is the finished look. You see my face? Yes. And I wish you a conclusion. Bye.